Hey there, and welcome back to the Simple AI Guide, where we take the complicated world of artificial intelligence and explain it in plain English. My name is Hope. Today we are discussing something that I know a lot of you are dealing with: AI in healthcare. What it actually means for you, your doctor visits, your prescriptions, your privacy, and your future. Because whether you have noticed it yet or not, artificial intelligence is already showing up in hospitals, clinics, and research labs, and the pace is accelerating fast. Let's start with the big picture. Artificial intelligence, at its core, is software that learns from data and makes decisions, or at least very strong recommendations, without being given step-by-step instructions for every single situation. In healthcare, that means AI tools can analyze medical images, read patient records, predict health risks, and even help design brand new medicines. Here's a helpful way to think about it. A radiologist reviews thousands of x-rays over the course of a career and becomes very skilled at spotting warning signs. An AI system can be trained on millions of x-rays and potentially detect patterns that a human eye might miss, not because the AI is smarter, but because it has seen far more examples. That is the core power of what we call machine learning in medicine. And this is happening now. According to a January 2026 report from multiple healthcare executives, healthcare is adopting AI at roughly twice the rate of the broader economy. The pilot era of AI in healthcare is ending. Real, everyday deployment is beginning. The tools involved range from machine learning, which finds patterns in large datasets, to natural language processing, which helps computers understand human language like doctor's notes, to generative AI, which can actually create new content, including drug molecule candidates. You do not need to understand the technical details. What matters is knowing where it shows up and how it affects your care. That is exactly what we are going to cover today. Let's talk about one of the most exciting areas first: medical diagnosis. This is where AI is already making a real difference in people's lives. AI systems are now being used to analyze X-rays, CT scans, and pathology slides with impressive accuracy. And according to a 2026 analysis of healthcare AI trends, imaging AI has moved well beyond simple detection. Modern AI systems can now analyze disease progression over time, alerting radiologists to subtle changes across multiple scans, not just flagging a single abnormality. Visual overlays help doctors focus their attention on the areas that need the closest review, and cancer screening programs are benefiting from more consistent early-stage detection. Here are a few real-world examples of what this looks like in practice. AI tools are helping detect breast, lung, and skin cancers at earlier stages, when treatment outcomes are significantly better. AI-powered retinal scans can now detect early signs of diabetic retinopathy and macular degeneration, conditions that can cause blindness if caught too late. AI can analyze electrocardiograms, those heart rhythm tests, to spot irregular patterns and predict cardiac events before symptoms even appear. And hospitals are using AI to identify patients at risk for sepsis, falls, or hospital readmissions, allowing care teams to step in sooner. Here's an important thing to understand. AI does not replace the doctor. It gives them a powerful second set of eyes. A radiologist still reviews every flagged scan. The AI helps prioritize workloads and catch what might otherwise be missed during a long, exhausting shift. Think of it as a tireless assistant that never gets fatigued and never has a bad day. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you: drug discovery. Developing a new drug. The traditional way takes 10 to 20 years and costs billions of dollars, with no guarantee it will even work. AI is starting to change those odds significantly. Here is what changes when AI enters the process. First, AI can scan billions of molecular combinations to identify which ones might work against a disease. A process that used to take years now takes months or even weeks. Second, machine learning helps design better clinical trials by identifying the right patient populations, improving both speed and success rates. And third, and this is a big one, AI-designed therapeutics are now in human trials across a range of disease areas. That is a major leap from experimental to actual clinical utility. Here's one headline-making example. A drug called ISM001-055, designed entirely by AI to treat a serious lung disease called idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, showed positive results in phase 2 clinical trials. That was the first time an AI-designed molecule demonstrated both safety and effectiveness in human patients. In another major development in 2026, the pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly announced a partnership to use AI for next-generation gene editing and therapeutic protein design. Now, it is worth being honest here. AI does not eliminate the risk of drug development. Failures still happen. Some experts caution against overpromising. But the combination of faster timelines, lower costs, and better early-stage success rates represents a genuine leap forward for patients who are waiting on new treatments. Let's shift gears to something that directly affects every single doctor's visit: paperwork. Here's a statistic that might genuinely shock you. The average physician spends 2 to 3 hours on documentation for every single hour of actual patient care. Emergency physicians often complete charts for 8 to 12 hours after their clinical shifts have already ended. This administrative overload is one of the leading causes of physician burnout in the United States. AI is tackling this head on. The tools are called ambient scribing systems, AI that listens to doctor-patient conversations and automatically generates structured clinical notes. They are one of the fastest growing applications in healthcare AI right now. Here is what this looks like in practice. Imagine your doctor walks into your exam room. Instead of typing notes into a computer while half listening to you, they can simply have a natural conversation with you. The AI in the background listens, understands the context, and generates a structured medical record: symptoms, diagnosis, treatment plan, ready for the doctor to review and approve. You get more face time. Your doctor finishes on time. And the records are actually more accurate because they capture the full conversation, not just what the doctor remembered to type later. By 2026, this kind of real-time clinical documentation is moving from pilot programs into mainstream healthcare systems. And honestly, this may be the AI development that has the most immediate positive impact on your day-to-day experience as a patient. Now let's talk about something even more personal: care that is built around you as an individual. Wearable devices like smartwatches and fitness trackers are already generating continuous streams of health data: heart rate, sleep patterns, blood oxygen levels, steps, and stress indicators. AI can analyze this data alongside your electronic health records, lab results, and even genetic information to build a remarkably detailed picture of your individual health risks and needs. Healthcare leaders noted in a January 2026 report that the convergence of wearables, mobile health apps, remote monitoring, and electronic health records is creating a more comprehensive view of patient health than has ever been possible before. This integration enables what researchers call truly personalized medicine, where your treatment plan is built around your unique biology, your lifestyle, and your specific risk factors, not just the average outcomes from a clinical trial population that may look nothing like you. Virtual nursing assistants are also evolving well beyond simple chatbots. According to healthcare technology analysts in 2026, these AI-powered tools follow provider-defined care pathways, adapt their communication style to patient preferences, and maintain secure integration with clinical teams. They can check in on patients between appointments, answer medication questions, flag concerning symptoms, and prompt patients to schedule follow-up care, all without requiring a busy nurse to make individual phone calls. For older adults or people managing chronic conditions, this kind of continuous, personalized support could be genuinely life-changing. And for caregivers and family members, knowing that an AI system is keeping an eye on their loved one's health can provide meaningful peace of mind. Okay, we have covered a lot of exciting territory. Now let's talk about the parts that require honest, clear-eyed conversation: the risks, the challenges, and the ethical questions that do not have easy answers yet. Let's start with privacy. AI systems require access to large volumes of sensitive patient data to work effectively. That creates significant concerns around unauthorized data exposure, ambiguous ownership of health information, and the risk of sensitive records being misused. Healthcare organizations are legally required to comply with patient data privacy laws. But the rapid adoption of AI tools, including what experts call shadow AI, meaning staff using unapproved AI tools without organizational knowledge, is creating compliance gaps. Healthcare leaders in 2026 are being forced to rethink governance models and build formal AI compliance frameworks just to keep up. Then there is the issue of bias. AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on. If that data skews towards certain populations, for example, if most training images come from patients of a particular ethnicity or age group, the AI may perform less accurately for people who do not fit that profile. A 2026 systematic review published in a peer-reviewed healthcare journal found that while AI enhances diagnostic accuracy and helps optimize resources, it also raises serious concerns around algorithmic bias, data privacy, and ambiguous accountability, particularly for patients from underrepresented communities. Addressing this requires diversity in training data, transparency in how AI models are built, and ongoing human oversight, especially for high-stakes medical decisions. And there is one more question that nobody has fully answered yet. When AI gets it wrong, who is responsible? If an AI system gives a flawed recommendation and a patient is harmed, who bears responsibility? The hospital that deployed the tool, the company that built it, or the doctor who acted on its suggestion? These are not easy questions. The legal and ethical frameworks for answering them are still being developed. That brings us to regulation, because the rules governing AI in healthcare are evolving quickly, but they are also fragmented and still catching up with the pace of real-world deployment. In the United States, more than 250 AI-related bills were introduced across 46 states in a single recent legislative year. The Colorado AI Act, taking effect in June 2026, imposes governance and disclosure requirements on entities deploying high-risk AI systems in healthcare decisions. Laws in California, Texas, and Illinois focus on transparency, human oversight, and restrictions on AI in clinical care. Several states, including Utah, New York, and Nevada, have passed laws requiring mental health AI chatbots to include clear disclosures and crisis protocols. At the federal level, the FDA issued draft guidance in January 2025, providing the first comprehensive AI framework for drug development, with final guidance expected in the second quarter of 2026. And internationally, the European Union's AI Act classifies medical AI as high risk, requiring strict documentation, transparency, and human oversight. For patients, this patchwork of rules means that the protections you have depend on where you live and what kind of AI is being used in your care. It is completely reasonable and actually smart to ask your provider whether AI tools are being used in your diagnosis or treatment and how your data is protected. Let's answer a few of the most common questions people have about AI in healthcare, because I know some of these questions come up a lot. Is AI replacing doctors? No. AI is designed to support doctors, not replace them. It helps with tasks like analyzing images, drafting notes, and flagging risks, but diagnosis, treatment decisions, and the patient relationship itself remain in the hands of human healthcare professionals. Think of AI as a very capable assistant, not a substitute for a physician. Is my health data safe when AI is involved in my care? Healthcare organizations are required by patient privacy laws to protect your data. But the rapid adoption of AI tools has created new compliance challenges. Asking your provider how your data is used and protected is always appropriate. You have the right to know. Can AI diagnose diseases better than doctors? For certain specific tasks, like analyzing medical images or identifying patterns in massive data sets, AI can match or even exceed human accuracy in those narrow tasks. But the real answer is that AI and doctors working together consistently outperform either one working alone. The goal is collaboration, not competition. What is shadow AI in healthcare? Shadow AI refers to AI tools that staff members use on their own, without formal approval or oversight from their organization. This is a growing concern in healthcare because it can create data security and compliance risks, even when the individual's intentions are good. And finally, how soon could an AI-designed drug be approved for patients? As of 2026, the first AI-designed drugs are in late-stage clinical trials. Most experts estimate the first full approval of an AI-designed drug could come between 2026 and 2028, depending on trial results and regulatory timelines. It is genuinely close, not decades away. So here's the bottom line, in plain language. AI in healthcare is going to touch your life, if it has not already. It may help your doctor catch a health problem sooner. It might speed up the development of a drug you or someone you love needs. It can make your appointments feel less rushed by lifting the administrative burden off your provider. And it can offer personalized health monitoring that was previously only available in research settings. But it also requires you to be an informed, active participant in your own care. Ask questions. It is okay to ask your doctor whether AI is being used in your diagnosis or treatment and what safeguards are in place. Understand your data rights, know that your health records are protected by law, and ask how your data is used if AI tools are part of your care. Do not replace your doctor with AI. Health apps and symptom checkers can be useful starting points, but they are not substitutes for professional medical evaluation. And stay curious, not afraid. AI is a tool. Like any tool, it can be used well or poorly. The goal is to make sure it is used to serve you, the patient, and not just to cut costs or increase efficiency for providers. The healthcare system is changing faster than at any point since the introduction of electronic health records. AI is at the center of that change. And now you understand it a little better. If you want this full written guide, head over to ai4everyone.ai. The link will be in the show notes. And while you're there, subscribe to our free newsletter. Every week we cover one AI topic in plain English. No jargon, no hype. Just practical stuff you can actually use. This episode was written by humans and AI. It was read by an AI voice. Thanks for listening to the Simple AI Guide. Join me for the next episode.